One of the most notable differences between the upbringing of wealthy babies versus the babies of those of the commoner class was the use of wet nurses. Noble women never breastfed their own children. Instead, they employed healthy women of lower status to do so, whereas it was normal for women in the lower stations of society to feed their own babies. It was believed that the nurse's temperament, diet, and health could influence the baby's development, so great care was taken when selecting a wet nurse for the newborn. Alongside the wet nurse, the baby might be cared for by a rocker. As the name suggests, this was a person employed to rock the cradle, a governess, and later, a tutor. The mother would visit the nursery to ensure the baby was being taken care of properly, but child-rearing was considered beneath the dignity of noble women, particularly at the royal court. All infants were swaddled tightly in linen bands for the first several months of life to encourage proper limb growth and keep them calm. This practice was based on medical beliefs of the time and was universal across all classes, though the materials used by the wealthy were finer and more elaborate. Wealthy babies wore clothing made from soft linen, silk, or fine wool, often decorated with lace or embroidery. Their cradles were ornately carved and lined with expensive fabrics. Babies of the common people would wear linen or wool smocks and sleep in wooden cradles, usually made at home or passed on through the family. Even infants didn't escape from the medical practices of the time, and physicians and midwives might recommend purging, bloodletting, or herbal remedies even for very young children. Protection from evil airs and spiritual dangers was also very important. All babies were baptized soon after birth to ensure their salvation in case of early death, which was unfortunately very common. By the age of 4 or 5, children of the nobility began formal instruction, boys in Latin, religion, and manners, and girls in needlework, music, and court etiquette. Even before this age, noble babies were expected to behave with quiet dignity, especially when presented at court. Their dress style also changed to reflect that of adults. Boys were breeched and were now ready to start the next phase of their childhood.